Hi guys, well we're back. This is part 2 of the building of the Rio Grande, PA. If you saw the first video, you saw that we used a Marks E7, the New Haven, and I cut it up, used the motor out of it. We got it running real good now. Got it cleaned up some. And a few more things to do, and we'll be ready for to put the motor in and see if we can make it run. But we have a few more modifications to do. I modified this shell, first of all, by cutting these stanchions down. They were a 1/4 inch higher, and I cut them off on both sides, front and back. Also, we drilled a hole in the top of the shell, and we trimmed the fin on both sides. Also, we've added a screw hole to put this screw in to hold the Marks light fixture. Which goes in here. So, we've still got to put our slots in for the front truck, and we're about to put in the cradle. Now, I want to talk to you about the cradle a little bit again before I put it in. I was going to set it in last night, which I kind of wish I would have, because then this morning it would have been done. But I didn't get a chance to last night, and I had a couple other little things I needed to do to the shell and this to get it ready. But this is the cradle. This houses the motor. This cradle will be inserted, as I showed you into the part 1, and this will all be fixed in place, glued permanently in place. We're going to do that in this video. The other thing is that in the rear back here, I drilled 2 holes, one on each side. They're actually more like partial holes, because they go in the back of the shell where there are 2 portals that are open, one on each side. And I want those to stay open so that there can be a little more air that gets up in there. I was going to put a window in, but I decided not to. See, and that cradle just sits down in there like that. Get it in there straight. As I say, that houses the motor and takes us to the next level. Okay. But before I put the cradle in, I'm also going to put a piece of aluminum foil right here on this inside top surface. Why? I do that quite often because the bulb, if you run for long periods of time, gets pretty hot, and that aluminum foil deflects that heat and saves the top of your engine hood from warping most times. Unless you just really, I mean, it's you really got to do some long hours of operation to heat that up to where, you know, it starts to melt. So that's what we're going to do in this session, partially anyway. And when we come back, I'm going to start this and we'll go through it. All right? Okay. Well, got the cradle permanently affixed and got the motor mounted in the back side of the shell, in the engine compartment. And I'm going to take it back apart so I can show you how that worked out. Okay. Here's our motor cradle is mounted down into the shell. And got it permanently glued in. And then I took, after it dried and settled in, I took some a little hot glue and went around the edges of it. I glued it, this corner of it, to this pole stanchion and to this one on this side, in this corner. Then I took some hot glue, went around this corner and this opposite corner over here, this side, and did the same with the two back corners of these stanchions. Pretty solid. Don't look for that to ever just come out of there for any reason. Somebody would just have to really tear it out to get it out. Once again, I just wanted to show you, here's our screw hole in the top. I've got the motor adjustment now by using these washers. And I've got it adjusted at the right height that I want it. And now I'm about to put our slots in the sides of the the engine. I've got it marked. One there and one there on both sides. Let's see, one there and one there. So I'm going to go put our slots in, and then that way we'll be ready to mount our front wheels on. So I'm going to put our slots in, and I'll be back. All right, I'm back. We got these holes pressed in, and I need to find my don't know where my X-Acto knife is, but we're going to clean these up. That one's a little stubborn. There we go. There we go. All right, we've got our slots cut in. Now we're going to take this and see how bad a job we did on lining them up correctly. Don't want to crack the shell. A couple of them still got a little plastic flashing on the back side that's blocking. There we go. There we go. These two are, that one looks a little, better check that one. Okay. I'm going to put this wire to the front to for the ground. This one wants to be a little tight. There we go. Now keep in mind, it's not been fully assembled. I changed our camera so that we could get better view. I should have put the light on. Get back a little ways. Better light. I'm going to move it and put it up on top of my printer. There, that lighting's a little bit better, not a whole lot. There we go. Also, I had put the cowling on it. I made a cowling for it. I took it off of the E7 also, and made the cowling for it. I'm going to probably lengthen that cowling just a little bit, that front apron. And it probably wouldn't have hurt if I would have dropped that front truck down another, maybe less than 1/16 of an inch. But it looks good. It's in proportion. This back truck's not, the motor's not locked in, so shell shifts around on it a little bit. There we go. Now, I've already put the light in, and it's not hooked up, but I can show you. There is the light housing, the base. And so, with the exception of touch-up and some adjustments, when we finally get it all together, this engine is headed for completion. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to make my minor adjustments, do some touch-up. I might add some, as I say, a little bit to this front. I've still got some sanding to do, some painting to do. But as far as general assembly, it has all come together. And I'm going to do my wiring. The wiring's real simple on it. And I'll come back with a part 3, and we'll look at the finished product. And maybe, well, we'll definitely put it on the test track. But I don't know whether we'll actually try to run it around the layout or not. You guys have seen how everything is so tore up in there now. I can't get anything around. but I might be able to at least come up with some extra sections of track. I don't think I've got any 031 curves, and I will need a minimum of a 031 curve for this. So we'll see. But basically, it is through the pre-production stages. And ready for assembly, touch-up, and review. All right, guys. As always, thank you for watching. And if you enjoy customizing your trains, building your trains, rebuilding trains, operating your layout, working on your layout, scenicking, refurbishing, restoring, whatever it is with your trains, or if you have other hobbies and you enjoy all the points of the hobby, or just certain points of that hobby, whether it's trains or not, you should have happy rails. Bye for now. Be sure to look for part 3. It's going to be a little short shot. I'm sure maybe 10, 15 minutes. I don't know. But be sure to look for part 3. This is G-Man. Bye-bye.